Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Steve, before I call the roll call, since we're combining both, what's the best way I should do it now? So we're doing our agenda and regular.
Yeah, do the agenda first, just call roll, that way it's on the record.
Okay. Okay.
Quorum's maintained.
Roll call, please.
Mark Rodriguez.
Here.
Jody Chapman. Here. Heidi Kramer. Nancy Ellis. Here. Gary Jericho.
Here.
Jenny Matiki. Frank Patera.
Okay. Approval of the regular meeting minutes of December 11th and December 23rd, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Any questions or discussion on that at all? Roll call.
Mark Rodriguez.
Yes.
Jody Chapman.
Yes.
Nancy Ellis. Yes. Gary Jericho.
Yes.
Frank Patera.
Yes.
Mayor's report.
I do have nothing.
Okay.
Just welcome to 2020.
Yes. Welcome to the new decade, right?
I couldn't find my good one, so.
Mine are down there. Thank you. Okay. The standing committees, you see, obviously no one's going to have anything because you guys haven't had a chance to look at it, but I believe I did talk to everyone, to let them know in advance, at least one of the committees you were on. So, just see what's there. Under finance, I was remember, no, let's do, because it's a little different since we're doing things this way.
Right.
I know. I guess just go over the agenda first and go back to that.
We can do that.
Yeah, since it's a combination meeting, it's a little different than normal. Okay, so we're not going to vote on it. We'll go back and vote on it. So let's do discussion on the agenda items first. That way you're not as rushed since we're having some combination meeting. That's okay with everybody? So we can go through and that gives you at least a few minutes to think about it and go back on it. And at that point in time, we'll go into the regular meeting. We'll do the standing committees and go through bills and all that point. So the agenda, the offer on the vacant property located at 205 Lincoln Avenue.
Mr. President, that was the, if you'll recall, at our December meeting, Frank Hammond, who is a real estate agent, approached us about his client who intended to purchase a side yard. This was a property that the borough had obtained through the tax bureau's vacant property, or I'm sorry, their tax delinquent property program. I reviewed all the agreements. They meet our standards. It would make sense to convey a property to a property owner who's going to maintain it, put it back on the tax rolls, even though it's vacant. It takes it off of our obligation to maintain it. So I would recommend that council approve that. This property had been previously listed for sale last summer, Roberta, June-ish, perhaps June or July. I did not receive interest at that time, so this had been advertised previously. It makes sense to convey it, and I have some agreements for us to go over if council wishes to sell it.
And since we did previously advertise it, we're already...
No need to do that yet.
Correct, I thought so. Okay. And it's, my memory serves me right, he's already done some cleanup on it also, right?
Yeah, my understanding is they performed they invested about $3,000 or something on the property.
Okay.
Made those controls last time. They're looking to sell, I believe, for purchasing for $500.
Okay. Thoughts on that before we move on to the next agenda item?
I just didn't see it. Do we have a letter for that? We don't have it on our packet on the $500.
It is. It's in the packet, I believe.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's not?
Whenever I scanned it off, I tried to send it to you guys.
It's in the proposed sales agreement.
Okay.
Which I think he actually presented
Yeah,
Yeah.
last month.
Yeah, we got it last
Yeah,
month. I was going to say I didn't see it in here.
Yeah, I thought he presented
He
last month.
passed it out, I believe it was at a session approving the budget, so there was a lot going on that night.
Okay. Okay, next agenda item is...
He's here.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay.
Still trying to fight for that air.
So if council has any questions for him, now's the time
Thank
to
God it's
pepper him.
free, right?
Should have used the elevator.
We were just talking about, we're in the agenda session right now, we're just talking about the potential sale of the property.
Well, I have the paperwork if you want.
Yep, we have copies too, so.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions for him before we move on? Nope. Okay. Second item is the third set of invoices for Dennis Martin Act to send to the EIP. I don't know if anyone got a chance to look at those or not. When I looked at them, they seemed pretty clear cut to me unless I'm missing something. But did anyone notice anything out of the ordinary?
No, I was in the room when I left here just a few minutes ago. Dennis just called me back about the question I had.
Okay.
The next, yeah, and he said we'll get together before next meeting.
Okay. 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 So, the third item is to select the engineer for the borough. The question with that last time was just because there was some change in flux there. I haven't heard from anybody there. Is anyone else? What's everyone's thoughts? Do we go ahead and go with them? Do you want to do an RFP? I mean, they are doing a lot with us. Just my concern was with two people leaving there at the same time. I was just a little concerned if there was something going on we should be aware of, but I haven't heard it.
When I talked to Roberta about it, she said that they're handling a whole lot of stuff for us right now.
I agree with you on that 100%. And my only concern was with, like you said, two people leaving, or contacts, or two main contacts from our center leaving. Is that going to cause any problems? And if there's something else going on, there may be nothing going on.
Right.
But, you know, in a previous situation with an engineer years ago, there was multiple people left, and we didn't check first, and there was, not long after that, that engineering company wasn't doing as
Well,
much.
you're able to change.
Yeah, I just
But that's
don't
what I
want-
was gonna ask our solicitor. If we say yes tonight and we keep them, can we change them in June?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything in their contract that would preclude us from doing that. I mean, it's a professional services arrangement, much like your solicitor. You can
Mr.
terminate.
DiBiase, do you guys still have them? Mackin.
No, they don't use Mac.
Okay.
Cage out.
Oh, okay, that's right, you did move to them.
So it would just be a continuation of their existing contract. Again, nothing we need to re-advertise for. Is that correct?
No, right.
Okay. Okay, the next one is the, I don't think everyone has it on their papers, they may or may not. Number 4 is the property at Edward Jones property.
I wanna say 526.
526. Steve, one of the problems we ran into when we were trying to find out, he purchased the property through the land bank. I'm assuming everyone's aware of this, or Frank, you might not because you weren't here for it. He purchased the property through the land bank. He has his investment company there. He's trying to clean up the upstairs apartments.
He wants to rent them out.
Yes, but there was a question as far as the previous occupancy.
Well, they're having trouble finding an actual occupancy.
But talking to Steve and looking at our current ordinances, Steve, do you agree that we're covered under our current ordinance the way that is zoned?
Yeah, the way where that property is located, if you'll remember, there's a central business district designation that the council enacted several years ago. The purpose of it was simple. It was to facilitate downtown development by having commercial space on the first level and above the first level to allow for apartments and housing. This is within that central business district definition. We did look at your code section. Section 312 says between 4th and 7th and McCain and Fallowfield, that's his corridor. So he's right in the heart of it. There's obviously evidence that there had been apartments there for years. They're existing and they're renovating them. So
They were saying something about if they're able to find a past occupancy report, then that considers them grandfathered in.
Correct.
And he doesn't need to do the sprinklers.
Or if we approve it on our end. Like if they can, because there seems to be a problem finding it, so if we approve it on our end, which it should fall under that because it is clearly in that district for the first floor zone commercial, the second and or third floors in that district is zone residential.
I'd just like to remind council that this is really a successful partnership that you had with the land bank. If I just put my land bank hat on for a minute. This is one of the real examples in Washington County where it's worked very well, where you've taken a property that probably could have been intended for demolition, like many of our properties, and now it's fully rehabilitated. There's a successful business operating there. Nancy and Mark and I actually walked over through the building a few weeks ago, And, it's a very impressive place. They're paying taxes and doing good things here, so.
You were in this building?
Yes, this
Now,
five.
is it gutted on the upstairs? Because I remember we had to make a decision on the dumpster that was brought in. And I thought he was gutting it.
Yeah, that's the plan, is that they're reconfiguring the upstairs apartments.
Because he told me he's trying to make an upper scale apartment, he's
Right,
not
more
just
modern.
throwing a room.
And I believe he's done his blueprint drawings also.
Yes.
So he has all that, just.
Well, that's why he's panicked on it.
Right.
They're stairs. They
Right.
won't do nothing.
As far as I know, their architecturals have been completed, submitted, and they have a contractor ready to do the work. It's just this issue arose because the building hadn't been used for some period of time. I don't know exactly how long, so obviously it wasn't a great condition for land bank to come in and take it. So, it seems to be a worthwhile project.
So if we approve it tonight, we can get, you two can work up some kind of letter that's sent to him,
I think so.
so you can give it to his.
I'd still like us to see if we can locate any occupancy records. But as we know from looking at other properties in town in the last couple of years, occupancy permits weren't always strictly enforced, so there is maybe Bobby could.
I was gonna say,
I went down and talked to him. Well, I was down there, we had a fire call, but I talked to him, and I looked through our files, and Chris, the commercial inspector from BIU, we couldn't find anything in the files here. So I talked to Chad, and I said, maybe get with Vic or the other owner there, maybe they have something. So he said he put a call into Vic, Vic Vitale. Hopefully Vic will get back, so he might have something in his paperwork that would help him out. And I think the only thing Chris told me was there was an issue with the blueprints, that they were stamped, that they were okay, but there was some I guess, some indifferences or differences about what they wanted to do and what was on the blueprint. He said they would make their changes and get maybe another set of blueprints going. He wouldn't have it wouldn't be too much of a problem,
But that would still be different from us. If we approve this tonight, he can start working once we approve it.
Right, then BIU would have to do it.
Right. And I think that's the main holdup right now. Once we,
Yeah.
he had a construction crew actually scheduled to start Monday. I think it was Monday.
Yeah.
And I told him to wait until our meeting because we wanted to make sure everything was covered. And he was a little nervous because he doesn't want to lose what he's doing. So, okay. Everyone clear on that then? Steve, number 5 was the right to know. Do you want to address that?
Sure. We don't often address right to know issues in a public session of council. There's no requirement that we do so. We have a right to know officer, and she regularly consults with me anytime there's an issue with the right to know request.
I just think as a matter of courtesy, we can go ahead.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I just want to give that by way of a little background in case anybody's why we're talking about a right to know request in a public meeting. But Roberta did email me a right to know request that was received for records relating to the advertisement for the appointment of the then expiring term on the authority board relating to, I believe it was Patrick Garman's seat that the council wanted to reappoint to. I've reviewed the borough code, I've reviewed every applicable law, the Municipal Authorities Act, I talked to their solicitor, and we're all the same mindset and agreement. There's nothing that requires you to advertise for that seat. This wasn't a circumstance where the seat was necessarily vacated. We received a letter, I believe, in maybe Mr. DiPiazza can speak for either late November or early December, seeking reappointment of that board member. So the board, obviously sought us to reappoint that seat with the current then occupant. So this right to know request is seeking a record that we frankly don't have because it doesn't exist. It's not a legal requirement. So, I would just, my opinion is for council is that there's no issue.
And it's just a matter of record, and we did talk about it and announce it at our December meeting.
Yes.
So that was, put out there. Rick, I see you out there, so that was your request, so does that answer your question?
Good.
Okay. Okay, just want to make sure. Don't hesitate, if you have any question on it, you have my number. Feel free to call on anything like that, make it easy for everybody.
All right.
I have an open communication to you anytime you need to ask me any questions.
It was a proper right.
Yeah, it was
to
proper,
know
it was nothing wrong with it at all, but I can save you some headaches, so maybe save some paperwork. Save a tree.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
I
we're gonna.
have a question on
Yeah.
this. In the past, we have always advertised for the Water Authority and the Mon Valley Transit Authority. And then we took applications from, and then personnel interviewed, and we made the determination. My question is, when I took office Monday and the agenda was here, my understanding that the nomination for the Transit Authority and the Water Authority was already, those procedures were done. And so it's a matter of approving a person on the Water Authority and the Transit Authority that were interviewed and advertised by the council. Now, my question is, if there is a right to know that's been filed, could this council be subject of, a person of the word might be a surcharge? Because did we follow the correct procedure? And I wondered if that was a matter of past performance, or if legally we should have done that. My understanding that this council has done that, that's why I voted for both those issues. Now, if there's an argument of the right to know that we've done something that wasn't according to what we should have, then we should rescind those positions and re-advertise and have the personnel committee interview and make recommendations whether it could be the same or not.
Well, I'm going to address two things. We've never interviewed for Water Authority or Transit Authority.
You did advertise them.
Not always. We haven't always, but we've never interviewed for either. And that's why I asked Steve. In some years we've interviewed. Dave, I'm going to lean on you for a question here. You had many years before me. Did you always advertise for the Water Authority?
As a courtesy,
Okay.
not as a legal mandate.
Okay.
The only time that it would even be subject to that would be if someone is finishing their term and they have no interest in getting back on. Now you guys have to go look for something.
Right, that'd be an open vacancy at that
If I remember correctly, it was that, and also if we did not receive a letter of recommendation from the authority,
Right,
because there was people you did not recommend, maybe not you at the time,
yeah,
and then we would have to look for somebody.
right,
So
exactly.
you guys recommended, you have to work with them, and we said, well, okay.
Well, my position is that I feel that there are people in the community that may have wanted to submit an application for a said position, and this council has always expressed that courtesy to them to advertise. Now, I'm worried about the legality of it, because if we were supposed to advertise and didn't, then it might be a violation of the ethics or a position there. And that's the only thing I'm saying.
I understand that, and I think with both Steve and the authority solicitor both looked into it, they found nothing anywhere, and if anyone could find something that shows legally we have to advertise it, it's fine. As a council, we did let people know it was going on. It was announced at the December meeting that we were going to be putting it into position. I think you may have posted something on our borough Facebook page, am I correct on that?
I don't.
I'm not sure, but I know it was a matter of the minutes, and it was definitely a matter of our public meeting. I feel with two solicitors, both saying that we're okay what we did, I feel comfortable in our decision. I understand and respect your concerns, Frank, and it's a very good concern. That's why immediately when this was presented to me yesterday, I talked to Steve and Todd both to get their opinions on it. Both of them were researching it very, very extensively, and both feel that there's something out there that both solicitors have missed. If anyone has any issue, that's why I asked Rick if he's comfortable with it right now. He was the one that put the request in. He's mentioned that he's comfortable with it, so I think we're okay with it this time, according to both solicitors.
Well, if I'd known that the council did not advertise and did not interview, I would have questioned both positions at the time, thinking that we should go through the process of advertising. The fact that I did vote for that, I would like to rescind my vote, if I could, on both nominations. Not for the person or persons that were in, just as far as protocol, that I think that we should have advertised and gave the public a chance to submit applications and be interviewed by our personnel department. So I kind of was hit on the blind side here, thinking that the old council did interview and did go, they did advertise and did interview and made recommendations.
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to clarify, to the best of my knowledge, as I believe you also stated, we do not interview.
No, we've never had, we've
Yeah,
never.
we don't interview on that
No.
front. In either the transit or the water authority, we do not interview.
Well, because, Ed, you've been on Transit Authority for years. Have you ever been interviewed for it?
Nope. I'm not certain we even interviewed for the vacancy board or the zoning board.
No.
Never to my knowledge.
And
They
those
put-
are-
they put
those
their
are
name
two-
in and.
Those are
we
two
choose the name.
statutes, those are two.
Well, first of
direct-
all, we can't get anybody to
Well,
apply for it.
let's put that aside for a minute.
That being said, if, and I respect Frank's opinion that he'd like to, how do we go about letting him, giving the opportunity to rescind his vote?
I think we could just simply, would you be comfortable if we just noted it in the
I'll
minutes?
say it's no name.
I'll change.
Yeah, I would like to rescind my vote, not against the individuals, against the procedure that was done.
I can't use it.
I don't
We
want
can
to.
just note it in the minutes.
Okay. Now,
The other thing I think we might want to tell the public at this time, Mr. Tara, if you have anybody that has an interest in serving the borough in any capacity, we certainly need people for those boards that we were just talking about. So, I mean,
and if there's somebody interested in the Water Authority, there'll be another seat up next year. That's every year there's a seat up.
So my vote will be rescinded?
Yep.
Thank you.
Rescinded or just noted?
we'll just note it in the minutes.
I'll make a note in the minutes.
Yeah, in all due respect, that was my only question, because I want us to work together, and I think I would like to see more of the community involved in knowing that they had an opportunity to submit their nominations.
And I'm going to agree with you on that. My only comment is, especially now that the meetings are taped, that everyone should be aware of what we talk about at the meetings. So they were given ample opportunity at the December meeting. If they had any interest, they could have put it in. Because most people don't read the paper anymore. There's no secret that print media is down. More people do online. I mean, the papers will tell you. And that's one of the reasons they record the meetings now. Because there's so much going on, people do online stuff. So if somebody has something, they can't make the meetings for whatever reason, I strongly recommend that, put the word out there, watch the meetings so everyone knows what's going on, so everyone has the facts on what's going on in the borough, and if they want to put in for something they know about, to put in for it.
Make the meeting.
Well, if they can't make, some people can't make it, I respect that, but everyone has access to watch the meetings now. So you can watch it from the comfort of your own home while you're eating popcorn. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. The last thing is on, which again, I'm going to show you, the Little Great Race. We do have the letter requesting permission for the Little Great Race, which is for December 12th, 2020.
September.
What did I say?
December, maybe a little cold.
Yeah, well, they do run December races, but yeah, you're right, September, I'm sorry, I apologize. One little sidebar I wanted to say on the Little Great Race. I was meeting with Vic on it the other day, and over $200,000 has been donated to different charities in the years of the race, which I think is
Maybe the local charities.
that's exactly, scholarships,
My
Sick
son
kids.
was one.
is that,
My son was one of them.
yeah, my daughter was one also, actually, not to remind me of that. So, it's an exciting thing. I do have a question, Steve. I'm actually gonna be part of the race committee this year, and we don't make anything on it. Will it be okay for me to vote on this when we do it?
Sure.
Okay. Vic is asking, we're just trying to get some additional volunteers this year. Vic and his crew have been doing it for a lot of years, and they'd like some more people to step in and help them to make it a little easier for them. So you'll be hearing me talk more and more about that over the next several months. We're talking about doing even a little more that day. As we get more details, I'll bring that to everybody, hopefully by next month's meeting. We're still waiting to hear on that. But I will be reaching out for anybody for additional volunteers. It's a great event. It brings in, even on the down years, it brings in 400 or 500 runners and walkers a day in the race. And those people, when they're in town, they also, after they're done, a lot of them go to the restaurants and frequent the town. And it's a nice marquee event for Charleroi. So, okay. That's all we have on the pre-agenda. So if everyone's okay with that, unless there's something else they want to add, I'd like to go back into actually the regular meeting. Everyone good with that? Excuse me. Sorry, I just coughed. I can't shake for the last 5 days. Okay. Reports of standing committees. In lieu of Ginny and Heidi not being able to be here, I'm going to get a chance to take a look at the bills there, see if there's any quick questions anyone has on anything before we ask for approval on them. Nothing really jumps out at me. I looked at them earlier, and there was nothing that jumped out at me as any kind of issues. Anybody have any thoughts at all?
The two big amounts under the bills paid, that's the EIP, the second invoice, and that's through the grant, and ECMS, that is also through a grant, that was with sewer project.
Okay.
So that's why those are so big.
Okay, so that being said, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the finances.
Motion.
Okay, is there any further discussion on any of these items at all? Roll call?
Mark Alderisi?
Yes.
Jane Kevlin?
Yes.
Nancy Ellis? Yes. Gary Garrison?
Yes.
Frank Patera?
Yes.
Personnel, Nancy, or anything?
Just that our new part-time street crew worker, temporary part-time street crew worker, did start on Monday, and I hear he's doing very well so far with what he has been assigned.
Unfortunately, he hasn't had to use the snowplow yet.
And
looking at the next,
stays that way.
looking at least the next 10 days, I think we're okay for a while.
Yeah,
Next 10
we're
day
okay
forecast,
for
so
a while there.
Good, we like hearing that. Okay, Public Works, Nancy.
I covered that under personnel.
Right. Okay. Jerry, anything you want to add? No. Okay. Code, Jody?
Bobby and I were talking yesterday, and he has a bunch of notifications that he's getting ready to send out on older things that have not been complied with yet. Things that were that whole mess over there, however you want to call that. We discovered that we had a wrong address for one of them, so that's been corrected and that's being taken care of. Well, this has kind of been in the works for a while, the Jamaican restaurant down across from your place. It showed up, Chris has been down there numerous times and talked with the lady and everything, and he told her, you have to comply with a whole lot of stuff before you can open this restaurant. Last night, my husband says to me, there's an ad on Facebook for this restaurant is about to open. I said, no, it's not. And I got in touch with Chris right away, and he was down there today, but there was nobody there. So he is going to be following up on that.
Bobby, if I can ask you a question, that was when you and I talked about, wasn't there a padlock or a chain on it about a week ago?
Yeah, and there is no one now.
It's not?
We were, talking there. I don't know why. I looked in there today, and it looks like there was a ballroom brawl in there. There's something laying on the pool table, there's a couple chairs laying on the floor. I'm like, what the heck's going on in there?
Well, they have like a great big menu sign
Yeah, I saw
on the
that.
front window
Yeah.
now.
But that's something the BIU still has to get final approval.
Okay. Yep, he has to get in there, plus, what is it, the health department? or- Department of Agriculture, that's it, yeah.
Okay, so
They
let's
have to get in there.
keep
so-
an eye out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Frank, is there anything you have on under code?
Under code, I just got appointed to this,
I know.
I haven't-
Oh, no, you knew yesterday morning when we saw each other. You had a whole 36 hours.
Well,
I know the one thing you and I talked about, I think, maybe we'll sit down with Bobby and go over as far as keeping.
Right.
I mean, one of the things that Frank's talked about is maybe getting a better handle somehow through code, and we can do it as far as who's coming in and out of these apartments in town. Now I'm not sure how we can do it. We'll have to sit down with Bobby and figure out a way. I mean, it is a good idea for knowing who we have here. So I'm not sure, Bob, I'm not sure how we can do it. And that's something we have to sit down and talk about.
I thought that there was some sort of a law or ordinance or something that whenever you rented to somebody, you were supposed to record it.
That's our rental registration.
You're supposed to, but they're not gonna do it because then they have to have a re-inspection, and you pay another re-inspection fee, and they don't wanna do that.
Is there a way?
Now, they're filling them out whenever they're doing the occupancy reports with Bobby.
That's once a year. That's once annually.
Right. I just think to get a better feel for, because I know that's something you're very passionate about. And we sit down with Bobby and talk about how it's done now and make sure we're all on the same page with it.
One of the things we may be able to do, require a little coordination with our newly elected district judge, is that if we were able to track anytime there's evictions, that would at least show us where people are changing apartments, or, leaving a renting unit.
And what about like a 1, 2, 3, you're out kind of thing? If the police get called to the same residence?
Yeah, we have that already.
Yeah.
Giving nuisance ordinance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been in place for years.
Do we really get reports on it though?
It's
That's,
supposed to be coordinated with the police.
Right.
They're supposed to notify us if they get 2 or 3 reports or calls to one address.
We've dealt with problems.
Strikes in your own.
Right.
We've had that.
Or we've had some issues of violence and nuisance calls.
and I'm sure it's been done, but whoever the new chief will be, I'm sure we'll sit them down and make sure they know all that.
Get your big bird.
Okay.
Hey, Mark?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Some of that can be coordinated through the utilities.
And that's a very good point.
We don't have any problem working with
Okay. That's actually probably the easiest way to do
them.
it.
Absolutely. They all have to have water. They can't live there without water.
Right, and every time they move in, I'm sure the landlords put it under the tenant's name.
Try to coordinate that with us guys. We don't know.
That may be the very,
The bill has to be in the
right.
The bill has to be in the other.
Unless
You
it's
can
in
put
the
the
landlord.
tenant, you can list the
We've,
tenant,
we've had that issue.
yeah, but the bill has to be in the owner's name.
Yes, but,
You can list the tenant,
yeah.
but
They won't shut it off for a tenant, but they will an owner. I keep all of mine in mind just so I can keep track of if they're delinquent.
Well, that's the same I do with mine too, just so they keep track of it. I do the exact same.
It's lienable. Right? The water authority, it's lienable.
It's lienable to the property owner, but not, that has nothing to do with the tenant. It stays, I thought water stays with the property owner. The
Not
person,
consistent.
I've had closings held up until those.
yeah, if a person leaves the property,
Yeah.
it stays with the property owner, not the tenant whenever they move.
But I'm saying it's not consistent. Not all the rentals are in the property owner building.
Right.
Some of them are in the tenant's name.
I thought if the, Steve, I thought if the tenant moved out, the bill stays with the property owner there, correct?
Still done.
Gas and electric,
Oh, after the fact.
yeah, after the
Yeah.
fact, gas and electric can go with the tenant no matter where they go.
That's when I started throwing mine to my
Right.
house because I got stuck with one.
Right.
They moved out and I didn't know it, and then I get a water bill for $600.
Exactly right. So, okay, that's something we can coordinate, we can get together with people with authority. Okay, thank you. Okay, Parks and Recs. I'll let you slide on this one, Frank. We have a couple things we're working on, a little more with community days, that we'll have a better feel for it by the next meeting. Still doing with the August thing, we're working on a couple things right now. Nothing we want to really get into yet because nothing's concrete, but we're moving forward with that. Nothing else you want to add to that, right?
I had some people wanting to see if we put a watching court on the 3rd floor. Yeah, but we have an elderly population, it'd be a nice winter project. I don't know, we can do a lot with recreation, it's something we'll look at, Heidi and I. That's,
They do, you're right.
Shaw used to be in a position where, when we were younger, we tried out for baseball. I remember I lived in North Shore and I got cut. You had to try out for teams.
Yeah.
Now we have beautiful fields and open place, so maybe we can change some things, work with the school districts and,
I'm going to counter that a little bit. Our pony field right now has more activity than ever. We run about 100, over the summer season, we do about 100, 125 games in the field with the lights down there.
oh, that's one.
And you go down there any day during the summer, Steve, you've been down there with Will. You go down there on a Tuesday night, and you'll see 100, 150 people down there watching their little kids.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's worked out well. But we could always use more.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
thank you.
have a question.
Yes.
I got a phone call today from a gentleman, he wants to be part of the farmer's market,
Okay.
but do we know what day it's gonna be? Is it gonna still stay on Saturday, or we put it back on Thursday?
I'm glad you brought, I'd like to still keep the Saturdays. I still think, because the whole purpose in my mind was, originally Thursday was, because that was a late night for stores. There's only a couple was open on Thursday nights now. It doesn't really seem to make a whole lot of sense to do it for that reason. And they were there from 3 to 6.
What
So
did the farmers said about it?
the farmer was okay with it this year. I mean, he wanted a few more people, yeah, sure. But he was okay. Fred was fine. I talked to him. Actually, I saw him Thanksgiving because I got my turkey from
He
him.
wants to continue doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
He gave me no indication he didn't want to.
Okay, I'll tell this gentleman that it'll be,
Is
and
he-
it's still gonna be 10 to
Right.
1?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this guy a farmer or does he do something else?
Farming, yeah.
Okay.
Fruits, vegetables.
Okay. Yeah, I think, is everyone okay with that? I think it brings more people into town. I'd like to expand it
We
more.
need more signage though.
Right, well, we absolutely do.
We
We need
definitely need more signage.
bigger signage, actually. I agree with that. Yes, so we'll work on that. We'll take a look. We have a budget for that. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Police. Terry?
I'd just like to say our next police meeting is next Wednesday, the 15th, at 6 PM right here. And I have nothing else, actually. Lieutenant, will you give your report?
Yeah, the monthly report for the month of December 2019. Calls to service for Charleroi, we responded to 203 calls. There was 28 traffic citations written, 7 non-traffic, 10 criminal complaints, and two were lodged or picked up on warrant service. For the yearly report, 2020, this is the whole year, calls of service for Charleroi, we responded to 2,628 calls. 749 traffic citations, 286 non-traffic, 183 criminal complaints were filed. We picked up 36 people on warrants, and we lodged them in Essen jail, total of 11 people.
Busy month?
That was the year.
A busy month too. You got December on that.
Yeah, December was pretty good.
Yeah, I know that was the yearly, but I'm talking that December was pretty busy for you guys too.
Yes.
Lieutenant, could you just quickly, what the incident happened today around 2:30? Because I've already had crazy rumors happening about the pole getting ripped out.
It's still under investigation. It was a rental car, someone rented a car. We're trying to find out who the driver was. We got the car, we know who it was rented to. They hit a telephone pole. Instead of stopping, they hit a plate and they ended up on Maple Avenue, but we couldn't find the actor or driver. We have no witnesses giving us if it was a male or a female. Everything's still under investigation.
I just heard crazy rumors already. I need to stop that.
Welcome to the rumor mill. Okay, thank you. Jody, anything you want to add? Question, anything? Okay. This is Nancy Septon. We'll skip past that. No, okay. Fire and EMS?
Bobby, what's going on?
We had a total of 478 calls for the whole year, last year, 2019, which put us, I don't know, almost about 70 or 80 over the previous year. We were assisting, we talked about the police, we helped the police today with looking for that fella, because Matt got a call, got an on-station call about, the pole being hit, and he went out and called for the police, and we all worked. Like I said, I'm so glad that the last couple of years we've worked so good with the police. And like I talk to Mike all the time, we get our differences, but we're working together. It's great. And back in the day, police and fire hated each other. But now we've been working great together. If they need something, they can call Matt. He takes off with a piece of equipment, or like today we're out helping look for this guy, whoever, guy or female or whatever it was. I mean, it worked out real good, and like I said, I appreciate that, and Mike, you can pass it on to the guys. And let's keep it going.
Yeah,
That's the biggest thing is cooperation. Let's keep it
I
going.
have to say that I was there today, and I thought, because you had probably, 3 firemen in their personal vehicles. I saw it, and I knew who they were, but I just...
Yeah, them guys are looking around, and it was just, like I said, everything we've done so far. We had a couple issues with parking of the police cars. I talked to Mike, he talked to the guys and said, hey, you gotta get the cars out of the way. I know the older guys have been there for a while. We had a call down on Lincoln. Mike had traffic on one end. A part-timer, an older part-timer it's beautiful. Some of the young guys, I guess they want to get their feet wet, and I don't know if they want to be firemen or or get their self in, which is, you know, which is fine, but they gotta realize you got a car in the way, we got a big truck to try to get through, and, but we worked it out with Mike, where there was no hard feelings, everybody's working together, and, you know, as far as the fire department, we're, you know, still there, and, we got some activities coming up, it's our meeting tonight, so we'll probably the next meeting, we'll have some idea on what we got going on.
Okay. Thanks, Ron. He brought up a good point too, and he's correct. The cooperation is very important. And I think that should be echoed for this entire borough and all borough officials and employees. We may not always agree on everything together. We're going to disagree, and that's okay. But keep it to civil disagreements, and we don't want to do anything. We're all here for the good of the community, the good of the borough. Let's not make it personal. So I thank you for saying that, Bob, because you gave me a great segue to go into that, so thank you.
The only way we're gonna work, everybody, code, the street department, police, you guys, we're not gonna get anything done, like I said, we can be mad when we walk away, but we're going for the town. Let's get the town straightened out, worry about our personal agendas later on.
Hey, for example, Frank and I, we used to fight, but you know what? We learned to get along with each other for the good of the borough, correct?
We didn't fight, did we?
No, we disagreed.
Broke the gavel.
We disagreed very sternly. How's that? But we both had passion for the borough.
Right.
And we all do, and we have to make sure to keep it, you know, controlled and realize we're all here for the right reason.
Right.
And the right reason only.
We all live here.
That's exactly
Our
right.
town nice.
Exactly right. Okay, public discussion on agenda items. Anybody? Okay. Correspondence. Animal control. Yeah, they're all in reports. Does anyone? I'll let you take a look at those real quick on the animal control and code enforcement. Does anyone have any? Take a quick look at those real quick to see if anyone has any question on those before we move on.
I like that Matt's report, he gave us a yearly report, we never had that before.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay. If that's okay, so does everyone have any questions on any of those ones at all? No? Matt, can we have on the agenda, please, for the year-end reports on that? So, we're all good on that? If anyone's okay, everyone's okay, I'll go on to the regular agenda items and vote on those. All good? Okay, item number 1 on the agenda, to accept the offer on the vacant property located at 205 Lincoln Avenue of $500. Is that the correct amount?
Correct.
Good.
So move.
Second on that?
Second.
Any questions or discussion on that at all? Roll call?
Mark Bonarusi?
Yes.
Jody Chempler?
Yes.
Gary Gerica?
Yes.
Frank Patera?
Yes.
I just, since he is here, I just thought about it, forgot you were sitting back there. What are you gonna do exactly?
Well, it's a vacant lot, we've already cleared it and replanted it, I don't know if you recall that.
Yes, I remember talking.
It's just gonna be a yard for the side of that house that's there.
Okay.
There's.
That's what I thought, I just wanted it put out there, if that's what you're going with it.
Yeah, that's why the documents I forwarded included a vacant land information sheet. Since it's owned by a corporate entity, you can go ahead and strike out those questions, but it does need completed per state regs. It's just going to be there. You know, I think it's only 23 feet wide, and it goes down over a fairly steep hillside there.
I just wanted it on record that that's what you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Not a problem.
Okay. Item number 2, approval of the third set of invoices for Dennis Martinac to send into EIP.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Questions or discussion on that? Roll call?
Mark Bonarusi?
Yes.
Jody Chempler?
Yes.
Gary Gerica?
Yes.
Frank Patera?
Yes.
Excuse me. Number 3, to select a engineer for the borough. I have a motion by name for the engineer, please.
Mackin?
Okay. Do I have a second for Mac?
I'll second
Do we have any other Borough engineer, someone like to nominate? Do we have any other borough engineers someone like to nominate? And for the third and final time, do we have any other engineers, someone from the borough would like to nominate? Okay, nomination's closed. Any further discussion on that before we vote?
Just a point of record, it is on record that if we decide we could change that, right? So let's,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay. Like a roll call vote by name, please.
Mark Norris,
I'm acting engineer.
Jody Cheswick,
Mackin Engineering.
Jerry Jericho,
Back in engineering.
Frank Patera.
Okay, number 4, what is that address again? I have his name down here.
525?
526?
26?
Okay, so a motion to approve for 526 Falcon Avenue to continue finishing the second and third floors for residential use, which is showing it as falls under the borough ordinance for zoning areas. Motion for that?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any other discussion at all? No questions?
No, we are going to get a letter out so he can get moving on that.
We'll get a letter, and I'll call him also, he's been calling me pretty regularly, so I'll call him,
Yeah.
we'll get a letter also if we have something official in his hands. Okay, roll call?
Mark Norris.
Yes.
Jody Cheswick,
Yes.
Jerry Jericho,
Yes.
Frank Patera.
Yes.
The number 5 was originally the right to know, so we can delete that now, Steve, is that correct? Okay, so our new number 5 will be approval of the Little Great Race on September 12th, 2020. Have a motion for that, please?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Any question or discussion on that at all? Okay, roll call?
Mark Norris.
Yes.
Jody Cheswick,
Yes.
Jerry Jericho.
Yes.
Frank Patera.
Yes.
Do we have any redress for grievances or anything that's not on the agenda? Okay, that being said, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Second. Well, I'm so second before, I'm so used to seeing you this way. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Thanks, everyone. See you next month.